just stopping in before the episode starts to let you know a couple of things. This episode is going to be coming out in two parts because my friend and lovely guest for this episode, Thineth, and I talked for 2.5 hours, all told. Um, and even with a lot of cutting around things, it's still too long to put in one episode. And so, in order to break things up a little bit, I've split the episode into two parts. So you're getting this episode today, and then a week from now you'll get the next episode, which is essentially part two of this episode. So in this episode we talk about the Emmys, and we talk about I go a little bit ham about ER, and Thineth starts talking a little bit about 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, and then when we cut off, we're about to start talking about 28 Years Later. So that's where our next week's episode will pick up from. And then during that next episode, we also talk about the bear, and Thineth goes through a bunch of the other stuff that he's watched that month, and we kind of that's where we end things. But they're both like good 1 hour chunks, both told. But it also means you get double the amount of content from us this month. So that's very exciting for you, hopefully. Thanks for the understanding, and yeah, keep an eye on all of our social media for the next episode going out. It should be out on Friday, just like everything else. And thanks for listening. On to the episode.
Well, hello there.
Beautiful. Hello, we're back. Well, I'm back. Thineth is also back, but like he's not here as regularly, so it's a different kind of
Yes,
back.
I'm.
Welcome to all the films we
Yes,
judged before. I'm Katie. This month I am joined by a special guest, my lovely friend Thineth.
yay.
Yay. Yay. Um
Hi guys.
uh Lily's taking a little sabbatical for the rest of the summer. She's just getting herself together, looking after herself, doing all these things. She will be back probably in September. But for now, I have other friends, I guess.
You have at least two friends.
It's true. I have at least two friends. It's great. Um, so
Yay.
yeah. Podcasting. I'm out of practice because I have not done this in a while.
Yeah, and I haven't been here since November, so
Wow,
we'll see what happens.
crazy. Um, but we've both watched a lot of the same things, which is nice because then we can talk about them, and that makes things
Yes.
way more engaging. But first, yesterday, as of recording this, the Emmy nominations came out, and I want to
They
talk about
sure
them
did,
because I have mixed feelings.
as we all do. Oh
Mixed
boy.
feelings.
Yep. Okay, so should we start with the positive or the negative?
We could do the positive. I think that's probably a good idea. It's a good place to start. What
Okay,
what
okay.
what are your big positives?
Okay, so positives. I mean, Severance Sweep, obviously. Love to see it. Even though, I mean, with some time and distance away from season two, like, a couple slight flaws here and there, but like for the most part, I still really love it.
A season that was a little overstuffed.
Yeah, yeah. And like also a little bit slow, but yeah, no, I still loved it. I still think that when it hit, it really hit.
Hmm.
Like I think it was what, episode four was the Ortho.
Yeah,
That episode, unbelievable, like genuinely
yeah.
exceptional stuff. So yeah, no, Severance still rules. So that was awesome. I'm sure you're really happy about the pit.
I'm so happy about it. I have many things to say about
Yeah,
the pit.
which I will watch. It's on my list,
I
like
hope we
most of the
get.
things on this list. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, just going through them now. Andor, I think, did get some
Honestly,
noms.
the fact that Andor got nominated for best drama series did make me very happy.
Yeah,
Even if it got shut out of all the other ones.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my God, the Emmys. Okay, but positives.
There's some big snubs that we will get to.
Yes, yes. But in terms of other positives, oh, Shrinking. Shrinking
Oh my
got a lot
God,
of
every
love.
shrinking dub, I was like,
Yes,
yes, Harrison Ford
Harrison
nominated
Ford.
for his first Emmy. I'm glad you and I were so much on the same page because you posted about it on your story. I was
Yeah,
like, yes, it is his best role. It's right, you're so
yeah, it
right.
really is. And like the clip
Like,
they chose is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
which was the
Of
clip
him
they
just,
chose? I can't remember.
oh, it's him just going, "What do you want me to do? Put my pants down and make my ass clap?"
Fuck's sake.
And him just saying that with a straight face is one of TV's greatest moments, as
So
far as I'm
true.
concerned.
I think a lot about him pointing at that baby and going calling it a ball fuck.
Yeah. Oh my God, calling it a dumbass.
Exceptional.
So, I mean, those are other things like as somebody who hasn't seen The White Lotus season 3 yet, apparently that's getting a ton of love, which is also on my
Here's
list.
here's the
But
thing. I haven't
yeah,
watched it either, but from
yeah,
what I've heard, everybody's annoyed.
yeah. I mean, because it was like that one. Yeah, Sam Rockwell was apparently a guest star, but he's
This
yeah,
this is the thing
I
that's pissing me off the most. And I know we said we were being positive, but I
yeah,
have to talk about this. Why is Sam Rockwell in the supporting actor category when he's clearly a guest star?
yeah. Like even I mean, I haven't even seen it, and even I know that like that's ridiculous.
Like
Like
Sean
what?
Hattersley is in the guest star category for The Pit, and he's in 5 out of the 10 episodes, right? He's
Yeah,
more of a supporting actor than Sam Rockwell is
yeah.
in The White Lotus. Like he's by all accounts a main character that only appears in some of the episodes. Like that to me is the definition of a supporting actor.
And it's like you could have just freed that slot up for someone else, you know? There were so many other shows. You really could have just
Also, Sam
it's
Rockwell
like
would have had an easier time winning that category if he was in the guest actor category. Like he would have swept that. Like
yeah,
what's the thinking?
supporting actor. God, it's like Jamie Lee Curtis winning the Oscar for like best supporting actress for
What for
Everything
everything ever
Everywhere. Yeah, and it's
should have
like,
gone to
come on,
it
guys.
should have gone to Stephanie Shu.
Stephanie. Yeah. But it's like I guess okay, sure. I you know what?
Soon.
Positives.
Yeah, in which case I'm gonna, whilst you're looking, I'm going to talk about how happy I am that Noah Wiley now has his sixth
Yes. Go
official
off.
Emmy nomination. I'm so pleased. We all knew it was gonna
Absolutely.
happen. Here's the thing, he's been campaigning so fucking hard. Uh but I'm glad, and I'm sorry to Adam Scott, but I will be throwing my weight behind Noah Wiley to win
Oh
lead actor
man.
in a drama series. I will be perfectly fine if Adam Scott takes it because obviously he did an excellent job. But my
Yeah.
my allegiance is with Noah Wiley. He has my loyalty.
I will watch The Pit eventually and I will fully understand why.
Oh, he's
Like what
so
the
good.
hype is.
He's so good in it. I can't even. But like, yeah. I
God.
mean, but if we,
Yeah.
no, we're not talking about the snubs yet. We're leaving that yet. You
No,
know,
no,
I
no.
had to
We've got a couple more.
got to talk about the good
Um,
things. But I'm also very glad that the
yes.
Pit got nominated for best drama series. I don't think it's going to take
Mm.
that. I do think that Severance is going to run away
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
That's fine. You know, it's Severance and all that sort of stuff. But if he does take it, I'll be thrilled. You know, it's that kind of a thing. I
Yeah,
do
it'll be a
think
huge day for you.
huge day for me and all my friends in the ER server I'm in on Discord.
Yes.
I want Shrinking to take Best Comedy Series.
Yep.
I know that, like, I have a feeling it might go to Abbott Elementary, and I would also be
Oh,
happy about that.
yeah,
But
I
I
do
want
love Abbott
Shrinking. I want
myself.
Shrinking to take it because I think more people need to
Yeah.
appreciate how fucking good Shrinking is.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, it is very underrated for sure. Like I love Shrinking so much. I mean, I love Abbott, like
Mm.
absolutely. Abbott's, I can't wait for the next season and everything and like did a crossover with Always Sunny that just came out. Like the second half of that crossover
Hmm.
came out recently, which I'm excited to watch. But yeah, it's like you got Abbott Elementary for comedy, uh, The Bear,
I
which
so here's the thing. I think you and I are actually on the same page with this. I'm
yeah,
perfect. I'm in the
yeah,
minority.
like
We're in the
yeah,
minority, but I'm actually fine with the bear being labeled as a comedy because it is.
yeah,
It's
like
also a drama. I don't know. Here's the thing: if Slow Horses can go into the drama category, then
yeah,
then the bear can be in comedy. Because I think,
yeah, like I feel like
like being real, I
I
think
don't
Slow
know.
Horses acts more like a comedy than the bear does half the time.
Mm.
But if Slow Horses has been putting as a drama, then I'm happy to leave the bear where it is. Also, people acting like the bear isn't funny and that Jeremy Allen White
Yeah, I
isn't doing
know.
funny things is they're wrong.
Yeah, it honestly drives me crazy because I feel like I'm watching a completely different show to everybody else. Like everyone treats the show like it's 100% a drama, and I'm like, guys,
It's
every
not.
episode, yeah, every episode has like at least two or three moments that crack me up that are so funny, and I'm like, I don't know, it's just it's got bits of both, and I
I
feel
do
like that's the
think
thing that
season
makes it
three,
tough.
the bits that got me the most, and the one that I think about, the one specifically that I think about all the time was Uncle yelling about the butter. And
Oh yeah, it's
Kami's
dystopian.
like,
It's
it's
Orwellian butter.
Orwellian, it's dystopian butter.
Yeah. Oh, no, he goes, it's dystopian, and he's like, it's Orwellian butter, and it's like, what?
No.
But God, I love that bit.
Also,
It's
I
so
like the
funny.
facts. I know people seem to
Yeah,
fucking hate them, but I love them. I do think they went a
yeah,
bit overboard in season three with them. That's fair, but I think
yeah,
that they're sweet. I like them.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like
World's
they definitely
biggest,
went a bit too far.
world's biggest
I
bear
mean,
defenders.
yeah, it's like, guys, it is a comedy though, but like it is.
Like, just because it's about grief doesn't mean it's not
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, and it's like just because you don't specifically find it funny does not mean it's not a comedy show at times. But anyway, yeah, no, I loved it, and especially like seeing the ridiculous Francine Fact storyline this season finally paid off was great.
We'll get properly into
Oh
the
yeah,
bear later because I think we're going to actually talk about season four properly. But like, we have to remember
yes.
that this season of the bear is specifically season three, which is why I don't think he's going to do as well.
Oh right, my bad. I thought it was season four,
No, they're good.
but
They're always a year behind on the when the show
oh,
comes out because of the
gotcha.
when the cutoff dates are. Um,
Yeah.
because it's a bit of a weird one that lives in the June bracket, so it tends to be right after the cutoff date for that
Oh
year's
yeah.
thing. But yes,
All right, I remember now.
yeah, I haven't watched the studio yet, but
Nope,
people
me
keep
neither.
saying it's really good, and I will say, as much as like, oh my God, category th fraud for the most part, the guest actor in a comedy series category is objectively hilarious. Like that looks like a bit. It looks like a bit. So
Hang
for
on.
anybody who's not looking at the article, I'll put this in the description when I do the episode.
Yes.
But outstanding guest actor in a comedy series is John Bernthal for The Bear. Great start.
Hmm.
And then we have Bryan Cranston for the studio, Dave Franco for the studio, Ron Howard for the studio, Anthony Mackie for the studio, and Martin Scorsese for the studio.
Oh my God.
Which, from what I've
What?
heard about the studio, feels like it should be a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I do know they had like a ton of guest stars, but like that's incredible.
It's just so funny. Like I can't. That's so funny. Like, and I can't even be mad about it.
Oh my God.
It's very
But
cool that
yeah.
Cynthia Erivo's being nominated for Poker Face because I did watch that episode and
Oh
she was
yeah.
very, very good in it. I mean, she played like six different people. So
God, I really need to watch that show. I've heard
I,
nothing but amazing things
I
about it.
watched the first episode of season two. I have not watched the rest of it yet, but it's very well done. It's like it's Natasha Lyonne being Columbo basically. It's
Yeah.
like it's a great time.
I love a
Um,
good detective series or movie.
yeah, it's very very fun. Now I'm just having a look. What else is good in here? I'm very happy about Catherine Lanasa also getting nominated for the Pit. Got
Ah, yes.
just like so happy. The fact that it's like there's like four just the fucking number of people that are in the supporting actress category.
I just got the guest actor bit as well. God, it's so funny. And then you have John Bernthal in the bear.
Just as John Van Der Bear, who
Yeah.
by all accounts is not doing a comedy performance. If he the
Nope.
only one who's really not doing a comedy performance. Yeah, very very excited about the supporting actor in a comedy series category for Harrison Ford and also Michael Urie because of the
Yes.
we've got to give him props for the retelling of the
Sorry.
horror.
God, I love that like those two recreations are almost the exact
They're the
same.
same. It's so well
They're the
done.
exact same. Yeah, it's incredible. And like how much they commit to him just doing the full thing both times.
Horror. He's so good in it.
Oh God.
He's so fucking good in it. I also love Colin Domingo getting nominated for the four seasons, which I
Oh
didn't
yes.
realize was a series when I watched the trailer. I thought it was a
Oh.
movie, but so be it. The lead actress in an anthology series we got. I want to give that to Kristen Milotti for the
Oh,
Penguin,
absolutely.
even though
Yeah,
I wasn't huge on the Penguin, not because the Penguin was bad, but
fair
because it just
enough.
wasn't me. But she was phenomenal in it, and I would want her to win that. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Me too.
obviously Brit
I
Loud for
mean, okay.
Severance and lead actress in the drama series. That's not surprising. I
Uh,
there's a Kathy Bates and Matlock. I think might be the sort of like secret weapon that
oh,
just
yeah, the
because
Dark
she
Horse.
yes absolutely because like I don't think anybody's really watching it, but like the people that I know who watch TV are not really watching it, but lots of people do watch it and say it's very good, and I believe she's brilliant in it.
Mm.
And she has won over other people in like surprising award shows before. I think she did at the Gotham Awards. in the past couple of months, and everybody was like, "What the who's fucking watching this?" People are watching it, so I have a feeling she might. There's a real world where she might steal that. Um,
Oh my God. That would be
but
crazy.
I do think that Britt Lauer should take it just because she's doing such a
Yeah.
great, she's doing such work, like good stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Jake Gyllenhaal in Presumed Innocence. I didn't realize that that was a like because it's not a limited series because they've renewed it for season two. So I guess it's an anthology. I
Huh.
didn't know that. Good news to me. But
But I mean,
Stephen Graham will take that for adolescents for sure. There's
I
like no
mean,
doubt in my mind about that one.
I feel like there's competition with Colin Farrell, but I
No,
mean,
I
I don't know,
reckon
maybe.
the way that adolescence blew up and like how like huge
Yeah.
that was, the type of performance it was, he's taking that, and there's no doubt in my mind.
Okay. I
As
can see that.
much as I'd love Colin Farrell to take it because I love that man, I think
Yeah.
that like it's 100% going to Stephen Graham. I was been nominated
Oh,
for
yes.
directing in a comedy
Yes.
series, which is huge, and also like
Absolutely.
nominated for lead actress in a comedy, which obviously deserved. I don't know if you watched the
Yep.
announcements or if you just looked at the list afterwards, but Harvey
No. Oh,
Har
yeah.
yeah was was reading out the lead actress like in a comedy series, and he was like not being shy about who he was really excited about being nominated. It was very cute. He was like, "Yay,
Oh, I love that.
Io!"
That's really awesome. I love how much people in the industry love her though. It's
I
really
mean,
sweet.
she's Ireland's sweetheart. We all know this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Number one most Irish person in the world.
yes, most Irish, and like she's the pride of Ireland. We love
Yeah.
her.
Most lead Irish, supporting Irish.
Yeah, he got really excited about Quinta and Io, and I think he
Yes.
also was like very excited about Jean Smart as well, which was
Oh yeah.
cute. I was just like, that's hilarious. Um, all right, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit because I want to
Okay.
talk about the lead actor in a drama series category, like in full. Obviously, I said very
Okay.
excited about Noah Wyle and would be perfectly happy if Adam Scott won. Obviously, it is definitely a toss up between the two of them. Um,
Hmm.
like no doubt in my mind. Like I flip every day on whether or not I actually think that Noah's going to take it because he's doing a lot of work to like campaign for the show because he's like doing so much work. He's executive producer and he wrote an episode in the first
Oh
season
shit.
and he's directing an episode next season. He's writing 4 episodes next season.
Oh
It's
my God.
like the man doesn't want to go home.
Nope.
He's like,
He's stuck in the
I
pit.
live in the pit. But for the rest of them, I'm not surprised by this category. One thing I am happy about, Eddie Redmayne not getting nominated, because I
Oh,
just the number of lists that he turned up on, I was like, what? Nobody's watching. Who's watching Day of the Jackal? Like, who's watching
not
it in a
me.
way that they think, oh, this will win awards? No, get out of here. I do think obviously Gary Oldman is great. He's fantastic in Slow Horses. But if I'm being real, I think if anybody in Slow Horses deserved a nomination for this past season, it was Jack Lowden. Because he did so much more dramatic work in that past season, and the fact that he didn't get nominated makes me very sad. And it like the fact that Gary Oldman keeps getting nominated feels like a legacy thing to me, and the fact that people like
Yeah.
love Gary Oldman, and I get that, but it's all that sort of stuff. Pedro getting nominated in the
Oh
lead
boy.
actor category.
I have
I
thoughts.
love him. Don't get me wrong,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I adore the man, and I do think from what I've seen, he did such excellent work in
Oh yeah,
because
he was
I've not
incredible.
actually watched the season because I just haven't wanted to.
That's valid.
But I do think if I had my way, I would switch out either Pedro or Gary and put Jacob Anderson in because that is
Yeah.
that's I mean Jacob and Diego. So Jacob Anderson for Interview
Oh
with the
yeah, both of
Vampire
them. Yeah.
and Diego Luna for Andor. Like I would be like take the both of them out, switch both those two in. The fact that Interview with the Vampire has been so fucking snubbed, I
Yeah.
knew it was gonna happen, but I'm still annoyed about it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, the Pedro Pascal thing just does not resonate for me at all. I mean, like he was amazing in season two, to be fair. Like really, really emotional stuff, but like one, he's not even the lead of the entire season. Like
No,
he's not
but I can see why
he's not a
they've
lead
done
at
it
all.
this way, but
I
because
know.
he is the main male character, so that's kind of
Yeah.
the push. But like he's in like 3 episodes.
Yeah, and like I don't know. Plus like I'm gonna be honest, as like a season two hater, I well, hater in quote. It was fine, but I didn't really like season two that much. Yeah, I'm also disappointed by that because I'm like, man, I just was very let down by that by the adaptation of it. Because I controversial take. I think I prefer the second game over the first game.
You and Brian have both said this to me. I like, and I understand that it's very good. I just can't play it again. I played it once, and I just don't have
That's
it in
yeah.
me to do it again. Whereas I've played the first one 10 times. Like, like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more just the fact that like I didn't grow up with like the first game, but like the second game was the game for me where it's like, oh, I get this,
mm,
and it like fully landed for me and resonated for me. Whereas the first game like just doesn't really as much. So going into like season two, I was really excited for it, but yeah, a lot of creative decisions that I think you guys talked about last episode, but yeah,
mm.
creative decisions that just didn't land for me, changes they made. I was like, this just doesn't feel as good as the game's version of events. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it really lost me, especially towards the end. Because like they made one decision that I thought was just unbelievably bad for telling the story, and I was like, well, you lost me. But yeah, so there's that. But then you also have Gary Oldman, and look, I haven't seen Slow Horses, so which I will get to. It's on my list of like every other show on this list as well. But
You're gonna
yeah, I
love
think
slow horses. I like. Listen, if I love slow horses this much, you are absolutely gonna get on with slow horses. I have no doubt.
I do love spy stuff. I mean, obviously, I love Mission Impossible, so
Like,
I,
yeah, this it's
but
like
also like
I
British
just
vibes. Yeah.
it's like if James Bond was shit. Like I just don't know how to like I don't know how to describe it. Like River thinks he's James Bond, but he's not, and that's the best thing ever.
God, it gives me like when you say that, it just gives me sort of like Adam Brody in Kid Detective vibes, where it's just
Do you
like,
know what? Yes, actually
yes.
very close, but a little bit more like light-hearted, I think. But like
Oh, okay.
he's like he takes himself so seriously, and by all accounts, he's good at his job. But he's shit in the ways that like matter more. Like he'll do things and they just won't work. Like in any other genre, like in any other version of the spy thing, they would work out for him, but they don't because he's River. And that's funny.
So
It's just funny.
I will get to it, but yeah, I'm excited to watch it at some point. But yeah, I would absolutely sub in Diego Luna because god damn dude, like he crushed it in Andor season two.
He did.
He was so good.
He absolutely
And
did.
the fact that like I don't think any of them got nominated, right? Like none of them
No,
were
none
the
of the
cast.
cast got nominated, which is insane.
Yeah,
And it would have been so easy if they just had not nominated like a couple of people from the White Lotus. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck is this supporting actress category? What is this? Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want
yes.
Catherine O'Neill to win for the pit. That's just real.
Hmm.
I love Patricia Arquette, but I want Catherine O'Neill to win for the pit. I'm into pit. You know, I'm in
Yeah,
the pit nation. Like, this is where I'm at. Um, but the only
but yeah,
person from the White Lotus that I would be okay with winning out of the four people in this category, which, for fuck's sake, the category fraud is insane,
yeah, that's
is Carrie
it's
Coon.
a lot.
I
Mm,
would be fine with Carrie Coon winning only because she should have been nominated, let alone like she should have won, let alone been nominated for the leftovers 3 times over, and she wasn't.
yeah,
And I will consider it penance.
but
Just
yeah, it's
straight
like
up, I
I
will
don't know.
consider it penance for them not never giving her flowers for the leftovers where she should have absolutely, and it is
Mm,
still some of the best work of her entire career. And she's amazing. I love Carrie Coon. But why? Why are Parker Posey, Natasha Rothwell, and Amy Lee Wood all nominated in this category? I just feel like this should be like a you get one. You get one per
yeah,
category. You get one person who gets nominated per category. Like that, and that should be the rule. I thought it was the rule for a long time, but apparently it's not. Because if you can get a category that has 8 people in it and half of them are from the same show, you're doing something wrong. Because let's be real, Denise Gough and Genevieve O'Reilly should have been
yes,
nominated.
yeah.
Like either one of them, if we're going by the one person per show
Oh,
rule. But like honestly, I would put both of them in, but that's just fucking me.
or even I'm trying to look up the actor's name who played oh God, what's her name?
Oh,
Ethan's
um,
Clea.
Player.
What? Yeah,
Yes,
what's? Let me
actually, I
see.
would I would also give that to her. You're absolutely right. Any of
What
them.
is?
Literally every like the way that Andor's doing like rings around
Oh,
half of
that's
the
it.
shows on these they're on these things. And yet
Yeah.
the moment
Uh,
you put anything vaguely fantasy or sci-fi in that's not Game of Thrones, everybody's like, I pretend I do not see it. I pretend I do not see it.
Elizabeth Dulao played Claire, who like
Yeah,
I think this was like her first
weird.
major role,
Yeah, it
which
was
I'm like,
insane.
holy shit! Like
Running
steals the show
circles.
completely. Like goes toe to toe with, Stellan Skarsgård, and it's like
And she
nothing.
wins. If I dare say, she
Yeah,
wins.
yeah, she wins. That whole episode, I mean, slight spoilers, but that whole episode, where she's infiltrating the hospital cinema, like so good,
Cinema.
so emotional, so powerful.
That being said,
Loved it.
speaking of Andor, very excited that Who Are You, which is the best episode of the entire like
Yeah,
season, has
maybe
gotten
the
a thing
show.
for maybe the show.
Yeah,
It's debatable, but it has been like specifically like nominated for outstanding directing in a drama series. I mean, he's not getting it because that's
yeah.
going to Jessica Legangui,
Oh yeah,
Gagny for
Gagne.
Gagne, is it?
Yeah, 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 it's
Gagne.
Gagne.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to read. Jessica the Gagne for Chikai Bardo. Like
Yeah,
that she's running away with that, and
yeah,
I say that
yeah.
as
No,
like I can see two
absolutely,
episodes of the pit on here, and as much as I'd love to be like no, like Jessica the Gagne is like running
100%.
away with that. I
God,
have no doubt in my mind, and if
yeah,
she doesn't, I'm gonna be so pissed because that episode is phenomenal. And her
yeah,
first time directing. I know she's been a director of photography for years, but like first time directing.
yeah.
Come on.
God, the shot through the cables. Like, I still, I still don't understand.
It's also just
And like,
gorgeous. It's so
yeah,
pretty. I'm so, there's
I
two
know.
episodes of The Pit in the outstanding writing for a drama series. I'm glad like this won't mean anything to you, but the both of the episodes that are in there are the ones that I would want nominated for like it's very hard to like differentiate them because I know them by the number like the episode number and they all of the episode names are like times so the numbers and
Oh,
the
right.
times like completely like go against each other so 2 p.m. is episode 8 and every time I look at it and it's just 2 p.m. I'm like what fucking episode is that again? I don't have to do like time math. Episode 8 though, and if you watch episode
Oh,
8,
okay.
you'll understand why that was nominated. And then 7 p.m., which I believe is episode 13, also like yeah, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
Like both of those are like huge episodes, and I'm glad that both of them got nominated for writing in a drama series. I just I just don't know who might take that. Like, might be like as much as I'd like to give it to Dan Gilroy for Welcome to the Rebellion because that again another fucking banger of an episode. That might go to Dan Erickson for Cold Harbor because
Yeah.
Cold
Wait.
Harbor.
Oh
Cold
gosh.
Harbor is the last episode of the season, if I
That's the
remember
last episode?
correctly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Which was
I mean,
fantastic.
yeah. Oh,
I
and
mean, come on.
speaking of, obviously Trammell has to take it for supporting
Oh
actor.
my God.
He has to. Like again,
Absolutely.
that would be a crime if he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love Zach Cherry. He did good work. And so did John
Absolutely.
Turturro.
But let's be
Yeah, they did
real.
good work. But like,
Let's
it
be
was Tramel
real.
Tillman's show.
It's Trammell's show. Like we all understand that the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning became even better when he turned up with the bisexual submarine.
Every single second he was on screen, I was like, that's my guy. That is
Every
my
minute,
guy.
both times I saw it, the entire cinema was reacting to every line he was saying. The man
Yeah,
steals scenes. He's
yeah.
amazing.
Charisma personified.
And
That
again,
mustache. Oh my God.
oh my God. Incredible. But like if you look at the supporting actor in a drama series category, it's the same thing. As much as like, don't get me wrong, I love Severance. I love Severance. But the fact that
Yeah,
Severance and The White Lotus are both taking up like most of the things in this
yeah,
category, and you've just got James Marston hanging out in the middle. He's just there.
yeah.
Why not? Why
There he
wouldn't he
is.
be?
Yeah,
But it's like I don't know about that, fam. I just don't know about that.
yeah.
Also,
I mean, look,
again,
yeah.
why is Sam Rockwell a supporting actor? We've gone over this. I don't understand it. It doesn't matter, but I
Like, I
don't get
love,
it.
I love Sam Rockwell,
I
but
love
like,
Sam
why
Rockwell.
the fuck is he in this category?
Didn't he turn up, do like
Oh my
one monologue,
God.
and then maybe turn up in like one other episode, and then he was done? Like he's barely in it. Like what's?
Yeah. Like, I just,
Ah! It's fine.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't
Another
know.
snub, Deechin,
Oh my God.
because like she should have been nominated for sure.
Yeah.
And like they couldn't put her in the guest category because they showed her face for like half a second in basically every episode.
Mm.
So it disqualified her from being put in the guest thing, which means that everybody, all of the women from the White Lotus, once again shutting out another lady.
Yay.
Deacon should have been in there. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Because yeah, like Deejin came in for like that one episode and just cleared shot.
Cleared.
She was so good.
Unbelievable.
Oh, fucking hell. Unbelievable performance.
Uh,
Um, and
I don't.
especially when she's playing like, different, like plenty
She's
of
playing
other,
somebody.
like,
She's playing. She's
yeah, yeah,
playing. She's doing a lot. She's doing
yeah, yeah.
so much.
Multiple Annies.
Multiple innings, and like in
Gemma.
varying different circumstances. I love Gemma so much that
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna severance post for a bit because I haven't been able to do this for
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm gonna say I had to immediately stop interacting with Severance the moment after the finale happened because I just couldn't deal with all of the fucking shipping discourse on Twitter. I
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
immediately like I'm done. I'm like usually after a show finishes I'm like I'm desperate for information, but immediately the morning following the Severance finale I was like I'm good. I don't have to think about this anymore. And it's
Yeah, it
fully
was it
because
was exhausting.
I cannot deal with the Mark Haley lot on Twitter. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, yeah, I get the ending. I understand what the point of it was, but you can't stop me being really disappointed for Gemma. Like, she deserves better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I definitely, I mean, like, I get both sides, but it's
Yeah,
like,
this
yeah,
is the thing.
yeah,
If I'm being very honest, obviously I get both sides. I obviously
yeah,
understand the point of the ending, but like the way that people just immediately were like completely abandoned her basically in the same way, like funnily kind of the same way. I was like, I'm not about this. I'm like, and then let me finish the sentence. The big thing that I kept like after the finale. I was like, oh, the only people I care about whose opinions like I want to actually read about this are Deechins and Brits, like because they seem to be the
yeah.
only people who have any kind of sense of like what like
Oh my
the
God.
actual
Yeah.
nuance of the situation. Like that's all I care about. That's all I want. That's all I care
I
about.
just rem yeah, I just remembered the whole like, that wasn't actually Helly,
Oh
that
my,
was it's like
that
driving me
look she
insane.
gave her at the end was like so evil.
Oh
She
yeah.
she gives her the most like blank, like
Yeah, like me when I like
upset
freeze frame
look.
and misinterpret
And
what
I'm
I'm
like, you
watching.
guys, do you people not understand? I'm on a huge like vendetta against the way that people just refuse to engage with like actual human emotion in television at the moment. Because it's like the
Yeah.
moment anybody shows a complicated emotion, everybody's like, well, I have to find a way to make you either the hero or the villain. There's no in between. And it pisses me off. Pisses me off so bad.
Ah, God, yeah, the discourse got incredibly disappointing.
I was just immediately
Because
like, I'm done.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm feeling that more and more as we go, where I'm just so tired of hearing other people's opinions on on movies and shows because I'm just like, you guys just don't get it. You guys are just, I don't know, like what was the thing that happened
I'm always
recently?
hopeful, and yet every time I'm like, man, never mind, never mind. I don't know why I keep trying, but I will. I'll keep trying. Can't help it.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, it's like the same thing with the bear where I'm just like, guys, come on. Yeah,
We'll get into the bear in a minute.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think we're basically done with the
Uh,
Emmys at this
I
point.
mean, yeah, I might like scroll through just really quick to see if there's anything else I want to bring up. Because I know that like I think the rehearsal got nominated for something which
I think
I
Nathan
haven't
Fielder got nominated for best
yeah.
directing.
Yeah. Which I mean I haven't seen season two yet, but as somebody who's seen season one, yeah, I mean
Can you
yeah.
explain what it is? Because I don't
Okay.
actually
Oh
know.
God.
And
Okay.
I can't get a vibe of like what's going on, other than people seem to absolutely adore it. And but like
Yeah.
I have a thing about like, especially when people are playing themselves in like a sort of like asshole way, I don't always enjoy it, but also I don't really know anything about Nathan Fielder, so like it's one of those.
No, yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, it's I don't know if, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you would like it because it
Fine.
is
I see
like
this is the thing I
yeah,
was thinking. I was like, I don't think it's
yeah,
mine. I don't think it's for me.
yeah, because it's like it's really funny, but it's also like genuinely kind of concerning. Like it's so yeah, because like the way the show works is like at least in season one, it's him kind of putting on rehearsals, quote unquote, for real people as part of this fictional show to kind of rehearse something in their own lives. So like, like I think the first episode is like a guy who kind of wants to break up with his girlfriend. So like, or something like that anyway. And Nathan like kind of he basically builds an entire bar, like he recreates an entire bar on like a fictional set, and it's kind of insane. But they basically like rehearse how he's going to do it. But then when the actual like, event comes around, it's like a pub quiz. It all goes wrong, and like he has to just basically like confront his girlfriend on the spot. And I don't know, it's so like that's how it starts. But then it gets more and more unhinged as it goes when Nathan starts to kind of like well, like Nathan, the character, I guess, starts to get like emotionally attached to the people that he's interacting with, but they're real people. Like they're not part of like the
Hey,
show.
this is the thing I'm
Yeah.
trying to get of the vibe on it. Like, how much of it is artifice and how much of it isn't.
I mean, that's kind of the show is like you don't really know where the boundaries are, and like it starts to get kind of uncomfortable and questionable, and you're like, I don't know if I agree with this, but like
Mm.
it's messy, but like the people are complicated. Like, but it's also really funny. And so it just becomes like this weird sort of balancing act where it's like really uncomfortable but really funny and I don't know, it's strange. And it really makes you kind of question Nathan himself because you're like, is he doing this for good reasons? I don't know about this. But then am I also part of the problem because I'm watching this? So I don't know. It's a whole thing. But then in season two, apparently like they up the ante where it's like he I don't know, I think he goes on like some kind of quest to prove that like this airline specifically like Delta Airlines or something is um really terrible with its like safety conditions and stuff. It's
I
like he
heard
like becomes a
something. I
pilot.
was gonna say this is all I've seen
Yeah,
is that he went off and became a pilot and like had
yeah,
all this stuff about like it was something as like was like a bunch of stuff about like whether or not you can learn like become a pilot as an autistic person, I think.
yeah, something like that. And like he basically like kind of showcases like the incredible like pitfalls in like the systems and like how, they really don't know what they're doing and they don't have any
See,
quality control.
that sounds like I would be more into that than I think any of the stuff
Yeah,
in that first season. Because like the
yeah.
stuff I've heard about the second season genuinely does sound like something I might be
It
interested
does
in
sound
like
different.
watching
Yeah.
and like different. But I don't think I could deal with what was going on in that first
Yeah.
season.
Because yeah, it is one of those seasons where you just have to like, take a break after each episode because you're just like, oh God, I don't know how to feel about anything that I just watched. Um, so yeah, that's basically his whole vibe, I think, as a human being, is Nathan Fielder's whole vibe is just like pushing the line quite a bit
Mm.
in terms of like interacting with real people and like going into these scenarios, but like kind of acting himself. So it's very strange, but yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised he got nominated because yeah, I mean, he does seem to have like a really strong kind of vision for what that show is and what he wants to do with it, especially in season two.
I'm
Like, I
glad
think
that people are enjoying it, and I think it's very interesting
yeah,
and I'm glad that something quite so strange does as well
yeah,
as it does. Like, because like it's one of those things, and I've always said this, um, that like I think that it's like better for I've had a whole thing and it's like fully left my brain. I've always said this, doesn't say anything. I'm like not everything is for every person, right?
oh yeah,
That's the thing. It's like I'm very happy to be like I'm gonna bow out on this one. I don't need to
yeah,
have an opinion on
no,
this. I don't need to have an opinion on whether or not issues exist. I don't need to have an opinion on how good it is. I'm probably not gonna watch it, and therefore I'm not going to like get like that involved. I was just curious about like the specifics of it because I feel like, especially also Nathan Fielder and is it Tim Robinson?
oh Tim Robinson, yeah,
Both live in the same space in my brain, and I
yeah,
keep getting them mixed up. Like when I
oh
kind of like
man,
have to like recall which one's which, I'm like, which one's the fucking um both of which have like a very I think very have a very specific style that I'm like, that's not for me. I'm glad that people are
yeah,
enjoying it, but it's not for me.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I totally get that. Like for me, I 100% vibe with whatever they're doing. Like
And
with
great.
because like Tim Robinson, I mean, I feel like the difference between the two of them, for me at least, is Tim Robinson in my head is just super loud. Like he's just a super loud guy who
That's
screams.
the only thing that's different.
And then Nathan Fielder is much more like quiet. and just like reserved, but like he's got something fucked up going on that you can't quite put a finger on. Like that's like to me they're completely different vibes in that sense. At least
Mm.
for me, where I'm like Tim Robinson is the loud, screamy man who yells a lot and he's just wild. And yeah, Nathan Fielder, I'm like, there's something wrong with you,
I think there's
but I like it.
something. I think it's something in the fact that they both have shows that kind of play with the line of reality, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
There's like things presented as truth that you kind of have to be like, wait, how true is how true is this? And like how okay am I going to be with it? But which is just not a thing I can. I'm like I want my artifice, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean I do get that.
I kind of want
It's a bit
my
too much.
which is partly why I haven't watched the studio yet, because I think it's a kind of a similar thing. But I do feel like that's at least a bit more like the whole thing is artifice. I know that it's artifice going in. I can
Yeah.
like look at it from an artifice perspective, and all that sort of stuff. I listened to Jack Howard and Mark Comard talking about it on the Comard and Film podcast, and I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
this is the first time I've actually been like, oh, maybe I will watch the studio. Maybe I could get into it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I think that's it for the Emmys.
Yes.
The Emmys are in September. I think
Oh
they're
boy.
I think
Yeah.
they're in September. I want to say
September, yeah.
they're like around the 15th or something like that. I'm not sure. I thought that this article would tell me when the Emmys are, but they haven't. It
They are
actually doesn't.
on the 14th of September.
I was so close. Uh, so Emmys
Yes.
in September. I will inevitably be talking about them after they've happened. I actually think I'm going to w watch them this year. I don't
Oh yeah.
tend to watch award ceremonies. I used to watch the BAFTAs like for like a few years in a row, and I did watch the BAFTAs this year. But because the Emmys are obviously in America, it's like in the middle of the night. I'm like, I can't be fucked to
Yeah.
stay up that late. I don't watch the Oscars for that reason. I've never cared that much about the Oscars, but the Emmys, I'm much more
Yeah,
in
I
bed
mean,
with.
yeah, you are a TV person.
I am a TV
So,
person, well
yeah.
known, famous.
So, and as for me, I will try to catch up on like basically most of these shows before then. Um,
Which one are you
like yeah.
leaning towards doing first?
Oh God. I mean, probably the pit, to be honest.
Yay.
Like I feel like I need to get through that.
Yay.
I feel like I mean, not only just because, I want to stay up to date and current, but because, I feel like I kind of owe it to you at this point to watch it. It's been so long that I'm like, I gotta watch this damn show and figure out what's going on.
I would
Um,
like I know you tend to watch episodes like an episode or like or maybe or two at a time, but I would definitely give yourself a break after episode 8 because that is
ooh, okay.
hard watching. It is like I wept so much.
Ooh, okay, so how many episodes is this season?
15 because it's a 15-hour
Ooh,
shift.
okay. Oh,
1 hour
gotcha.
for every hour in the shift.
I mean, I do love the premise.
It's
It's
great.
like
It's
it's
great.
100% my thing. Like I vibe with that so much. So I'm like, okay, I will watch the pit. You know what? I think I'm just gonna start it tomorrow. Screw it.
Yay! Yay! I did
Yippee!
it.
You got someone else into the pit.
Put you in
And
the
now
pit.
I'm trapped there. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna be trapped there.
Oh my God. Somebody made a gift set of my guy Robbie with a quote from The West Wing, like one of my favorite
Oh,
episodes of The West Wing, and I was like, this was made for me personally. Ah. Anyway, now that we've done the Emmys talk,
yes.
um we move on because I said it was last time was going to be the last time was explaining it, but we're going to go again. We're doing a bit of a monthly format. We're just sort of recapping what we're going for. The Emmy section took a bit longer than I was expecting to. That's not, who cares?
So, sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. I have to find it because they put it up on Instagram like a while ago, and I watched it like 4 times because I was like, this is the best thing in the world, and I have to find the link and I will have to put it in the description so people know what the fuck I'm talking about. Also, you should just watch Shrinking if you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
just what
Just
get
watch
Apple TV
Shrinking.
Plus. Watch Shrinking, watch Sever. Like Apple's TV Plus is such a good streaming
If
service, and no
you
one believes us.
if you
It's so
like
good.
sci-fi, Apple TV Plus
Oh,
is where you should be living. Like it should be
oh
where you
boy,
live.
they do have sci-fi.
I haven't gotten around to Murderbot yet, but I have heard really good things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I know a
Me
lot of
too.
people who love those books who are very happy with the series.
Yes.
I want to get into it at some point, but I am stuck still kind of half in ER hell. I'm
Oh my
still
God.
watching it. I promise. I watched a few episodes. I'm still in season 9. It's like eaten me.
Holy
like
shit.
I'm in a pit. I am in the pit
Oh,
when it
you're
comes.
in the pit.
I'm in the pit when it comes to ER. But yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
need to get through season 9, and then I'll be in season 10, and then maybe I can get out of this hell. But like, the people keep being like, just go back to the beginning. You don't need to watch any of the rest of it. And I'm like, no, I have to. You need to
I
understand I have to finish it. I've started and
oh
so I must
God.
finish.
I just looked it up. 331 episodes.
15 seasons, baby.
Oh no.
And I'm on season 9,
Oh,
midway
just
through
over
season 9.
halfway.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is going to be absolutely nothing to you, but for anybody who's watched ER, it's going to mean everything. I'm stuck in the middle of Carter and Abby's like doomed romance, and I know it's doomed. I know it's doomed. And every time I think, oh, I should go back to watching it, I get sad. I just don't want to do it anymore because I know that they're like, I have so many feelings about the two of them. Like here's the thing. There's like a full-on
Yes.
love triangle going on between Carter, who is Noah Wiley,
Hmm.
Abby, and Luca. So Carter and Luca are both doctors. Abby's a nurse. She's going to become a doctor in the later seasons. I'm very excited to see it. But like, there's a
Ooh,
full
okay.
thing going on, right? Abby dated Luca first. They broke up, and then like end of season 8. Abby and Carter kind of got together after like 2 seasons of them flirting a bit, right? And every time I look at the three of them, I'm like, date each other, all of you. All three of you should be dating each other.
Thruple.
Thruple.
Yeah.
So I'm cornering the
Huge year
market
for thruples.
on this thruple. Just like I'm out here like one of the only people flying this shit flag. But I did see a post today on Tumblr where somebody was like, "Why did nobody tell me that Carter, Luca, and Abby are like challenges 2024?" I'm like, "This is what I've been saying. I want them to go full challenges. Obviously, they won't because this is a fucking procedural from the 90s. But it's what I want." I think they could
Oh,
fix each other. None of this matters. I'm just stuck in hell, and I want to, I at some point will get to the end of this show. Like, mark my fucking words. If I can't finish Lost, I'm going to finish ER. You know,
I mean, I believe in you. I think you can get there. You're over halfway, which is
I am
good.
over halfway. I can tell because I have
Yeah.
the box set and I have the season 9 like box sticking up in the box set, so I can tell where I am in the midst of the rest of them. I just have to get to the end, man. I just have to get to the end. If I get to the end of season 9, I get a whole episode where Carter and Luca go to Africa and get like kidnapped and like basically have to save each other from uh like a whole bunch of like stuff going on because they go with Doctors Without Borders and it all goes to shit. And I'm like, I want to see that. I want to get to that episode. People say it's good, and I'm just stuck. I'm stuck at the mid-season point, and they keep giving all of it's so miserable. You know what it is? It's miserable. Like
I
everybody's sad all the time, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Oh my God. I have no frame of reference, but I appreciate your struggles.
I'm just having a time, okay? I love it so much. The first few seasons of ER are fucking phenomenal. Here's the thing, because like you go into it and it's like this is a medical procedural, and if you like medical procedurals like I do, it's like this is great. I'm having a good time. What's not to like? You know, it's got a great cast of characters. You've got young George Clooney being young George Clooney, all of the above, and all this sort of stuff. And then every once in a while you get an episode where you're like, oh shit, this is like phenomenal television. And then it
Ooh.
goes back to being kind of like a procedural medical drama, but like a really good one. You know? Like you're kind of watching it like this is a really good show. You can tell why it won so many like and got nominated for so many Emmys during the 90s. It's why Noah Wiley has already had 5 nominations on his on his docket before going into the pit. My man's stuck in the pit. Um, uh, the fact that he didn't get nominated for season 6 when that's when he did some of his best work is crazy. But that's a whole other thing. He got stabbed. It was like a whole thing.
Fair enough. I'm also, just as an aside, I'm looking up episodes, and an episode that came out 2 days before I was born is Survival of the Fittest from season 7, if that means anything to you.
I probably would because I did. That's like
I'm just curious because I'm like 2 days before I was born. That's crazy. Someone kills an elderly patient with dementia.
oh my God, I do remember this episode. There was like a whole bit about like gun violence in this. Like they went
Oh,
like crazy. Oh my God. And this is the one where Carter goes after an intern and he finds out she's 17. No, not 17, 19. She's 19 because she is of age. It's not illegal. But like he basically like goes
okay. Never mind.
Here's the thing. Carter's a slut. I need to establish this.
Okay.
My man is like a serial monogamist. They just kept throwing women at him the entire run of the show. Don't worry about it. But like they just would not let this man be single. It was like, no, he has to be with somebody. And there was just a moment like she comes in, she's like really sweet, genuinely very smart, you know, great person. And then they have like a night together and then he takes her out the next day and she's like, "Oh, I'm in school." And he goes, "Oh yeah, like postgraduate?" Because she goes, "No, I'm doing my undergraduate degree." And he's like, "Wait, how old are you?" She's like, "I'm 19." He's like,
Oh no.
and the thing is, because he's Carter, he kind of goes, "Oh, this is probably a bad idea," walks away, and then goes, "No, I have to double down on this so people make it so it seems like it's not an accident." And then
Oh,
a couple episodes later, he goes off on a road trip with Abby to go find her bipolar mother and she breaks up with him because she's like, "Clearly you're in love with Abby," and it's like, "Well, yes, we knew this, but like, also he's in his 20s and you're 19. Stop dating him."
anyway,
Anyway, yes, I'm still watching
okay.
ER. That's all I
Yes.
meant to say.
Yes.
I can't
Um,
remember where I said it last time either. I finished The Librarians though. I did it.
oh
I
yeah.
finished The Librarians. It was delightful. I cried a lot at the end of the last episode. It was great. I had a great time. If you like whimsy, you should watch The Librarians.
I do
Um,
love a bit of whimsy.
yeah. Look, here's the thing. Actually, to sell it to you, because I know you're also a Doctor Who
Oh,
fan.
okay.
It's basically American Doctor Who, but like in a good way. Uh,
Okay. I was just
it's
first
like
I was like,
it's very peak like Russell, like 2005 Russell T Davies era like Doctor Who vibes, except
oh,
that he's a
okay.
librarian and it's like a little bit like, you know, fun romp. You know, they go off and they hunt down mystical artifacts and all these bits and pieces. It's
Nice.
great. And he just Flynn is so like the way I describe him personally, I think he's like a perfect amalgamation of 10 and 11 as a character.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. You've sold me.
Yeah. He's not in it as much because like at the time Noah was also filming Falling Skies. So he's in about like half of the show, comparatively speaking. But everybody else is so great that you kind of are like, I'm okay with him not being here for a bit. Because some of these episodes without him are excellent.
Nice.
It's just silly. Like it's not like the best television you've ever seen, but it's fun. And it's like if you need something light, it's great for that.
Hell yeah.
But also I'm going to stop now and let you say things because
Oh,
I'm
no, all
very
good.
no, I'm just I'm very uppity.
Okay, so I
What
guess
have
we
you
should
been
just go
watching?
through what I've been watching. I have like I have my list of things in my little notebook for everyone watching at home. So,
The video will not be on this episode.
oh, whoops. Ignore that. We've got okay, so at the top I've got 28 days slash weeks slash years later,
Hmm.
which we're probably not going to talk too much about because I feel like, it's a bit of an in-depth discussion when it comes to years. But um basically TLDR, I loved Days. I thought Days was really good.
Correct.
I thought, yes, I thought Weeks was rough.
I haven't seen it and I don't want to.
That's totally fair. Do not. And then I thought Years was probably my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah,
Um, because
100%
it
with
was
you.
fucking amazing. So yeah, I got so, like with Days, because like I didn't really know too much about it going into it, but it really surprised me. I mean, because like, obviously I knew it was about zombies and like it had Cillian Murphy and everything, but I wasn't expecting it to be so, I guess, kind of human. Like I was expecting it to be a lot more kind of like, traditional zombie, blah blah blah. But it was like, no, this is actually very emotional. And it's got, something to say, which I wasn't really prepared for, but I really liked it. And
I'm a
like,
big fan of 28 Days Later. I just spent a lot of time when I was doing my GCSEs. The first unit that I remember getting really into was we had a horror, a British horror unit that we did. And it was the first time I'd ever really engaged in horror as a genre because I was just not interested in it for ages. But it was around that time that um I got into 28 Days Later and I got into Shaun of the Dead because I
yeah,
that was the beginning of my like, oh, I actually really like zombie media kind of like phase. And it was like peak time because it was around like peak Walking Dead era, like, 2013-ish, 2012, 2013-ish stuff. And I, kept going into that further later on as well. But like, so 28 Days Later, I was like, this Movie rules. It's a really, really good film. And I haven't seen it in ages though. I didn't watch it before I went and saw 28 years. But I'm very fond of it. I think part of me is like I don't have it's not, it's like I don't have a shitty enough TV to watch it properly anymore. Like it feel
Oh
like it
yeah,
needs to be on like a CRT
yeah, at like 240p.
240 like it's like at most 480 because that's all you're gonna get out of it anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm pretty sure I actually did watch it at 480p, which really helped.
Because it's like all of the stuff
Yeah,
in it was filmed on a camcorder essentially.
yeah,
It was on one of, well, it was on a DV recorder, like one of the first like proper like lightweight digital cameras that was used. Which means it was not future proofed because like that was the best that they could do at the time because it was 2000. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was
so
2000. And you know, it's like it's by all accounts, but I actually kind of there is an aesthetic like choice to it that does kind of work still ish.
hmm,
Uh like it's like yes, it looks a bit like it's sort of been filmed on a potato, but also it kind of was. Um but like kind of lends itself to it. The whole thing feels like grimy. Like it just feels like really gross to like
yeah.
watch.
At least I mean, yeah, it definitely kind of works for like for me like the opening of the movie where you're kind of in with Killian and like you don't really know what's going on. I mean, you kind of know because I mean, I was watching a zombie movie, so I was like, I'm sure I know what's going to happen,
I figured out what's
but
going on.
yeah, but even though I knew what was going on, like I still liked how the film kind of played on that stuff. Like when he's walking around London and he's yelling, and I was like, oh God, this is gonna trigger people to run at him. But no, it's pretty calm, pretty chill until he gets to the church, and then it all goes to shit.
Then it pops off.
Yeah,
I
and
actually I watched a thing recently because I think you might find this really interesting. I watched Danny Boyle on Cinefix talking about his best shots in his films. Like he went through all of his films and he picked a shot that he really, really was like very proud of. And he was
nice.
talking about that opening bit because everybody talks about the opening sequence in 28 Days Later with the abandoned like London streets and how like damn
Yeah,
quiet it was and all that sort of stuff. And like it's pretty famous that they did a lot of that, which is like by just going very early in the morning and just getting out and doing while the sun was just about coming up so that they could control the streets a bit better. And they did that whole thing with the upturned bus where it was just sort of like we have to
yeah.
turn this bus, get this shot, and then fucking leave basically. um but apparently in the original cut or something along the lines of like they hadn't quite like because they had that piece of music in there that they wanted to use
Oh
but
yeah.
they hadn't quite cleared it yet or anything like that. So in test screenings, that entire section was dead silent. So the moment he
Oh.
goes to touch that car, like and the car alarm goes off,
Oh right.
everybody he was actively told like you have to put noise in there because that's a health hazard because like you will give people heart attacks if you do that,
Oh my God. Yeah, I
which
can't
was
even
like
imagine.
which is like crazy. Uh,
Holy shit. Yeah,
because
I can't even imagine
it's
how
like I
terrifying
think
that would be.
honestly, yeah, like great filmmaking, and obviously it's great that that was not the intention that they had for the scene anyway. But it was really interesting for them to find out that like people will buy in, like very very much so if you don't make noise. Like if you keep everything really really quiet in that way, that car alarm coming in is like violent.
Absolute jolt to the system. Yeah. Oh my God. I actually would have jumped in my seat if that happened. I
It's
mean,
still a
yeah.
big jump scare. It just doesn't
Yeah, it
have the
is.
same
Yeah.
impact because the music is slowly ramping up at that point. You kind of are at a point where it's like, oh shit, everything's kind of like this is fucked. But like
Yeah.
to keep it that quiet just up until that moment, it's like, ugh.
I imagine if you did that these days, the test screens would be like all negative, thumbs down. Please change this.
And yet I feel like critics would absolutely be obsessed with it.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
would
like
be.
I love yeah. I mean, yeah. And we'll get to that stuff when it comes to 28 years later because oh boy.
Mm.
But I did love Days. And like I love that the entire middle section is just it's just so wonderful. Like it's genuinely lovely that they're all just going on this road trip. And it's just, like it's an actual proper family unit. And like, I don't know, it was so sweet. But I like the entire time I was waiting for the shoe to drop to be like, something's gonna go wrong. I know not all of these characters are making out of this alive.
Poor
And sure
Frank.
enough, Frank, my guy.
Worst way as well. Like it falls in his
Yeah.
eye. That's like fuck.
Oh yeah. But like the way that like he immediately shifts into, you know, saying his goodbye to Hannah without, saying his goodbye, I was just like,
Ugh.
oh my God. And then yeah, then the
Then
men
there's the
brigade
entire
shows up.
ending
Yeah, which
happens.
is oh God. I mean, to be fair, like I I clocked their tea immediately. I was like, there's something up with these guys, but even still, it was a pretty great twist when Christopher Eccleston was like, I promised them women, and it's like, pause, pause the movie.
It's like,
I'm
hang on a
gonna
second,
need,
I'm gonna need a second to like deal with this.
yeah, I'm gonna need like 5 business days because holy shit, that what a line. But again, like that's what I loved about the movie was just like the very sort of, the people were the monsters all along, but like legitimately, like yeah,
Done. Here's the thing that I think that is the point for the most part. When you like a lot of the times, especially when it comes to sci-fi and horror, like sci-fi and horror are used to be allegories for other things, right? They're not like it. Good sci-fi and horror are always about like people or an aspect of
yeah.
humanity. Like nobody's actually watching something with zombies going like, "Oh, you know what? I need to for this to be like just wholly about dead people walking around." Like I don't think that that's actually like
Well. I mean, I feel like again, 28 years later, like some of the discourse, I'm like, you guys,
yeah, well some people think that, but they're wrong.
yeah. But yeah, so anyway, 28 days. Loved it. Didn't I mean, well, I really liked it. I don't know if I necessarily loved it because again, like it's got that early 2000s vibe and like it's not, the most like well shot thing. I mean, it's good, but like I think I gave it like an 8.5 sort of out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
a really solid
yeah,
place
yeah,
for it to be.
yeah,
And that's a good
yeah.
number.
It's just a really good movie.
Great
Much
movie.
much more human and much better than I was expecting, which I really liked.
Mm.
Weeks was rough comparatively.
I think
Yeah,
from what I've heard about Weeks, the good part about it is like that sequence that I think always gets like screenshotted and referenced where you see Robert Carlyle like running.
mm,
Um from
that's
what I've
the
heard, I
yeah.
think that's the bit that people are like, this is the thing. It's the same way that people who talk about Mission Impossible 2 being a good film just remember them jousting with motorcycles at the end.
Motorcycles,
I'm
yeah.
like, was the rest of the movie good, or did you just like forget that the rest of the movie existed because you really liked all the big explosions?
Yeah. I mean, so like basically that scene opens up Weeks. Like
Hmm.
that's the, very, very beginning of the movie. It's just like that whole sort of opening sequence with them in the house and like, Robert Carlyle, he's in the attic with his wife and like this kid that they've, brought into the house. And, they're like, like his wife is like, you know, asking for his help, and he's on the other side of the room, and instead of helping her, he leaves. And that was the moment where I was like, okay, we're onto something here, because I was like, okay, this is an interesting sort of inverse of the first movie, where it's like, okay, what if somebody chooses themselves over all else?
Mm.
And I was so excited and ready for like a really sort of interesting sort of flip on the first movie, some sort of like deeper introspective like the first movie. And then like after that opening scene ends, which I believe was directed by Danny Boyle, the rest of the film happens, which is not directed by Danny Boyle, or written by him, and it is rough. It is very sort of action heavy. It's not at all introspective. Yeah, like any semblance of a character arc goes away after that opening scene, which I was so crushed by because I was like, that could have been so interesting if, you followed this guy as he, tried to connect with his kids, but like, he had to lie about how, he abandoned their mother and left her behind, and she died. But then it's like, oh no, she's actually alive, and it's like, okay, what? Like, come on now, that's a bit silly. But then also the fact that something really awful happens, which is like they have her sort of like strapped to a table, I think, because like she's like because she got bit, but she's like kind of immune, and so they're trying to like figure out what's going on with her. But then Robert Carlyle like enters the lab, like the little room that they're in, and like they kiss, which is like okay, sure, but because of the sort of saliva connection, he becomes infected, and it's like okay, I guess, sure. But then what happens next is so awful that I was just like, yeah, you've lost me completely, which is he then proceeds to like kill his wife in the most violent way possible. And I was just sitting there like, um, what are we doing here, guys? Like, I, because it's so graphic, it's so brutal, and it's just almost, I mean, it's very like. uncomfortable to watch because you're basically just watching a woman getting brutally killed by her
Mm.
husband, and it's upsetting, it's violent, it's not at all meaningful in any way. It was just very like exploitative and strange. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, you've lost me. And then the rest of the film just kind of like, it's just like characters just start dying. And the only characters that actually end up surviving in that film are the two children, Robert's kids, essentially. And it's like, well, that was a waste of time. Like it's just a bunch of Americans showing up and like shooting the zombies and like killing people and I don't know. It just lacks the humanity of the first movie, really. And yeah, that like one gruesome scene in the middle just turned me off so much. I was like, okay, I'm out.
I feel like there's a way of doing that that actually makes it make sense, but it sounds like they didn't do that.
No, it's very uncomfortable. It's just like a lot of violence, and it's like it's just very drawn out as well. So yeah, not great. Um, but then you have 28 Years Later, which is a fucking banger,
Oh
baby.
my god, what a fucking good movie. Thank you for listening to our episode. As I said at the beginning, we will have another episode, the second half of this conversation, out next week, which will be the. I should have looked the date up before I did this. 25th. So out on the 25th of July. The audio might go up a day earlier, just depending on when I get the editing done, and Lily gets a chance to upload it to Spotify and all of our podcasting platforms. But generally speaking, 25th is the date to kind of like pay attention to, really. So thank you again for listening, and we'll have to see you next week.